Hello, my name's Trudy and I'm a tutor here at Britsent. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'll be teaching some phrases to use when I'm talking about age in certain situations. Of course, it is worth remembering that culturally, it is considered rude to ask someone, especially a woman, how old they are when making small talk. First of all, we may want to describe our family and siblings. In terms of age, we often refer to the oldest child as the eldest, as we tend to use elder or eldest more commonly than older or oldest when discussing our family members. Interestingly, people often omit the noun when in conversation, as it's assumed by the listener. For example, a parent might say, "Oh, my eldest is off to university next year," or "My eldest daughter is off to university next year." Again, we use the superlative form of the adjective young for the youngest. However, if there are 3 children, we use the term middle child. For example, "I'm the youngest, so I got spoilt by my aunties, but my brother, the middle child, is often overlooked." Now, how about comparing your age to another person's age? If 2 people were born in the same year, we use the same as. For example, "Oh, she's the same age as I am." Informally, we're also likely to say, "She's the same age as me." Most importantly, remember to use the before some and avoid the common mistake of saying same age with. So again, you could say, "Oh, her son is the same age as my son." However, in the UK, age is not that important. So we are not usually that accurate about numbers. So people say things like, "Oh, a similar age as." In this case, we do not need the. For example, "My eldest is a similar age to my friend's daughter, so they hang out together a lot." Or, "My mother was a similar age as I am now when she got married." Now, when we want to talk about our age, we're often very vague, so we often talk about the decade our age is in. If we want to give a bit more detail, we can say early, mid, or late, before mentioning the decade. The structure we use to do this is be, in, ones, teens, 20s, 30s, 40s. For example, people in their mid-40s are more confident than people in their early 20s. Or, "Now that I'm in my late 20s, I have to think about buying a house." We also use this technique to talk about a period of our life in the past. For example, "When I was in my early teens, I dyed my hair bleach blonde." Or, "When I was in my early 20s, I didn't have to think about buying a house." And finally, to discuss a decade in the past, we use the phrase "in the 90s, 80s, 70s, etc." You must remember to use the and to put the name of the decade in plural. For example, "I was born in 90s" is incorrect. We must say, "I was born in the 90s." Or, to give even more detail, we could say, "I was born in the early 90s. If you choose to write this down, you can choose whether you write the number numerically or as a word. In more formal writing, we would use words, but if you're writing something informally, you could put an apostrophe before the number, like this. For example, you could write, "Fashion in the 80s was influenced by rock and roll." That's all from me today. Let us know if the video has been helpful in the comments below. And why not check out our other great video content? You can also follow us on social media by clicking the link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.